Smart on Sunday on XFM, coming from Coachella in California. We're holding nice warm pints of lager, as you should do at any festival. Last night, Noel Gallagher headed the charge for the Brit invasion of the festival. The old guards really did put on a special show. Noel, who's a veteran of playing on the West Coast, he's done it with Oasis many a time before. He came back to Britain, where they were a lot more popular, after Liam spat on stage and disappointed a lot of record executives, and they had to focus on their European assault rather than America. But last night, Noel, he was on top form. Noel Gallagher on XFM. Yeah, Noel, you've managed to bring the sunshine with you after a City victory this morning.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. It could be still on. I think if we win every game, we're capable of winning every game. We're still relying on those to drop points. But you know, they did it before in '95 when they went to West Ham, the last game of the season, and blew it. Yeah. Could well be on. We go week to week with City. It's going to be exciting. Yeah.
So no, Coachella, the festival here. Is this how many times? 3 times you played this before?
This is last time I only played once before, and that was one of the first ones. It's exactly 10 years since I've been here. Yeah. And this festival, what can you say about it? It's very clean. Yeah. It's like they've gone round the world and focus groups every single festival and gone, what's great about all those festivals? Okay, well, we're not going to do any of that. You know, it's very clean. There's a lot of people driving around on golf buggies in sunglasses, which is wrong. Yeah, you can't smoke, you can't drink. You're not here to have a good time. No. You're here to line the pockets of us. So, you know, come in, clap. It's not Glastonbury, but then again, you know, it's a festival California style. They like it nice and tidy over here and well organised, and you know, we got body shirts coming in.
Did you really?
Yeah, body shirts coming in. It's like being at an airport, you know what I mean? But I've come with me. I've got to show you this.
I should explain here that a little plastic package has been pulled out of the bag with
white and yellow pills, right? So these are my sleeping tablets for when I'm out. But so they pulled this out and gone, can you explain these? And of course I am who I am, you know, and I'm a bag of 30 pills, and I'm like, you know, in all seriousness, Chuck, or whatever your name is, you know, don't you think these would be at least down my sock? Do you know what I mean? I said, they're sleeping tablets. Oh, really? Can I take your word for that? I was like, well, do you want me to have one now? Do you want me to have one now before I go on stage?
How's the tour been going, though? Because you've been playing some fairly odd places. Columbus, Ohio was the last time I spoke to you. That's a fairly straightforward place.
My album didn't do a great deal of business over here, but then again, none of Oasis albums ever did after the first couple. But the tour's been great. The gigs have all been back into theatres. We're doing arenas over here in Oasis, back into theatres, and it's been good. You know, it's just the start. I can feel something starting. You know, it's for a first start, it's pretty good. So it's going great, and you know, this tour's now been extended to November, so we can come back here again and do more American shows. So in terms of the live side, it's as it used to be in Oasis. We were pretty big live draw in America, but you can't get these cloth-eared buffoons to buy the records. That's all it is. You know what I mean?
Every time I see you in America, something sort of eventful happens. I remember there was the shooting on your street, and then you were with the King of Tonga last time. God rest his soul. He's passed away. You got a message for the Tongan people, no?
Just if you need a new king. You know, I've not got royal blood, but I did touch the royal cloth, so you know, give us a shout.
Have there been any good stories from the last few weeks? Because you normally got something up your sleeve.
Well, I was involved in a proper earthquake in Mexico City the day before yesterday, a proper one. I was doing this interview with national television where this guy, but they were trying to get me to do this because Mexico's got such a bad reputation around the world, as you know, people getting heads cut off and you know all that, and Mexican drug dealers. And they were trying to get me to say a few words for the Mexican tourist board, like, you know, hey, you know, come to Mexico, it's great. I've got armed guards, you know. And so I was doing this interview, and the lamps they brought into the room just started gently swaying from side to side. I didn't think anything of it because we'd been out a couple of nights before on a mezcal and thought, oh, this is a bit weird.
That's the warmth.
Yeah. And all of a sudden the cameraman just shut the camera down and he says, okay, we now have to go to the outside because there is an earthquake happening. Just like that, dead calm, and everyone went, okay, we've got to go outside. And I was sat there going, well, there's an earthquake happening. And I was going, look, right now? Yeah. What now? And they were saying, yeah, we've got to go. So we walked out of the building and down a flight of stairs. It was like being on a ship. And we're all stood in the car park. Everyone, calm as you like, just start smoking cigarettes. They're going, it'll be all right, be over in a minute. the buildings were kind of gently swaying, and apparently it was 6.4 on the Richter scale, which was 1,000 kilometres away, and this was kind of like the tail end of it. But apparently it wasn't that bad, because for those of you listening on radio, I'm doing with my hands what a DJ does on decks, doing that. If it goes like that, round like that, they're not bad. The bad ones are the ones that go up and down. So it was kind of, we all kind of stood there doing this, and I was like, this is brilliant.
Well, thanks for speaking to XFM. Look, South America next. You've got a new one that's to Paraguay. You've never played there before. What's the score in Paraguay? Have you thought much about that?
Don't know why I'm going. I don't know whose idea it was. I've already managed to offend the entire nation before I get there.
What have you done, Noel?
I was caught on Man City TV, and they've caught me on camera saying to Brian Marwood, I'm going to Paraguay, Rocky Santa Cruz from there. And I said, do you know the capital of Paraguay? And he said, no. And I went, that's right, no one does. Right? It's a place called Ascension, right? Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Someone's put it up on YouTube.
No.
And I don't know what the comments are, but they're all in Spanish. The word offensivo is in capital letters on a lot.
You can't get away with anything now because of YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all the rest of it.
I'm going to have to stand on the steps of the airplane and just go, this has been one huge mistake, But I'm looking forward to going there, and I'm going back to Peru, where the gigs have all been upscaled in a stadium in Paraguay. Stadium,
Well, they love it in South America, don't they? These massive Oasis fans. Like one of the boys outside was saying earlier on that in Mexico it's the same. They don't just love you, it's like ripping t-shirts off.
I mean, it's like Beatlemania. It's like outside the hotel was like hundreds of kids kind of took, There's all these kids outside the hotel. So when I was going to the first gig, I got my security guard and all that. I said, like, line them up in a horseshoe. So I go round them all, and then I'll do the last one and just get in the van and go. And it was great. I was kind of going round one at a time, and when someone started screaming, everyone's like, shh, all the kids were calming each other down. Dead polite. Must be like 200 people, so I went up this line, down one way, down another. As soon as I got the last autograph, give the girl the pen back, the place exploded. It took me another 15 minutes to get into the car. I got pushed into a plant pot.
An unusual injury.
You get those big plant pots that are like this big? Well, one was leant against the wall. I got kind of scuffled in between that by all these little Mexicans.
The missus arrives on Monday. It's been a while since you've seen the kids, I'd imagine. How would you cope with that?
It's difficult, but it's like from the first day of recording to the last day of touring will be 2 years or 4 months. And you have good days, but I did see Sonny's first steps this time. I didn't see Donovan's. It just happened to be, and the irony of it all is Sarah was out at the shops when it happened. So she didn't see him, so I got him this time. But that's just the way it is. Sarah sometimes finds it difficult being a single parent at home and having to deal with the two boys, and I find it difficult being away and talking to them on the phone. But that's just the way it is. I just say to them, go in the playroom, right, see all those cars, you know where that comes from? He gets that? We're going away on the road. So, every cloud and all that, son.
It could be a soldier, it could be worse.
Well, do you know what I mean? It's just like, this is... And anyway, I was doing this before they came along.
So, coming back to Britain in the summer as well, the Roses gigs, looking forward to it. Are you going to make it a pilgrimage for the 3 days at Eaton Park? Or are you just going to...
I am going to be doing a festival somewhere. I'm not going to be at the Eaton Park gigs, but I'm doing some festivals with them anyway. I don't know how many has been announced or what I'm allowed to say, but I'm on the bill before them at about half a dozen festivals. So I'll see them, but I won't see the Eaton Park gigs. But it's going to be, if the kids have never seen them before, then it'll be great. If you have seen them before, then obviously it's going to be great. But it's going to be great. I made up for the lads in the band, not Manny. He's just becoming a bit lippy with the Man United gear lately. So I was saying to him, I hope it pisses down just on you. Just on you. I hope it shines on Rennie, who's a super blue, and I hope it rains in Manny's dressing room. But it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
We do this thing on the show every week, Noel. It's called Flash Gordon, to make up for terrible name dropping through my ridiculous job, right? Who's the best you've seen on this tour, and who's the worst, if you had to drop some names?
Right. I've never seen this in 20 years of music, but there was a support band who supported me in Mexico City. They got booed off twice in a row, but they got booed off the first night. I've never seen it. You hear about it, but I've never seen a band get booed off, like properly get off. So the second night, Obviously, with the wonders of modern technology, it's gone round. They got booed on the second night, and the second night they played for 14 minutes until they called it a day. They were called Les Daniels, the Daniels.
Not Les Dennis.
Not Les Dennis, no. But that may be the best thing I've seen is like getting like, what's that sound?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, the band are getting booed, properly booed by about 4,500 people. It was great.
It's just the Kasabian boys out there. Interesting, the crowd yesterday was quiet. I don't know if the Kaiser Chiefs are playing now, and at the end of each song there's
They don't know how to do it over here.
Oh, do they?
It's not. They don't know. It's like they're very polite here. When you do the gigs, they're there to see a concert performance and clap and eat and drink. Whereas in England, it's like, who are we watching? Not asked.
Yeah, not a drink.
Yeah, not asked. Let's get wasted first. Not bothered.
No, thanks very much for doing this, Gaffer. Are you having a drink tonight? Are you misbehaving in Los Angeles, or is it going to be?
I'm going to be misbehaving a little bit, yeah. Nice one, man.
Nice one, cheers, Arnold. Nice one.
Smart on Sunday. With Gordon Smart. XFM.
Noel Gallagher and Smart on Sunday from the Coachella Festival. You can hear that interview with Noel again on xfm.co.uk, and the podcast will of course be available for free as always tomorrow afternoon. Coming up, tracks from British bands playing Coachella this weekend, including Saturday night's headliners Radiohead. We're XFM.
Smart on Sunday. XFM.